5, 8 o'clock?
Hopefully by 8 o'clock we'll be underway.
Well, we certainly hope so. I mean, how can you rain out beach weekend? I was watching TV today. They said, what, a 10% chance, 15% chance. But I'll tell you what, we got every inch of it because it was coming down. And
heavy.
We'll get it in. We'll get it in. It'll be the start of a long weekend, but we will get it in with the White Sox.
And
no
a big
question.
series there between the Indians and the Chicago White Sox. And there's some kids, they're not going to be deterred by a storm. They're going to get out there and have their fun.
Good for them.
Beach weekend here at Progressive Field. In the meantime, while we wait out the rest of this potential rain that is moving our way, we've got Indians Roundtable, and you'll want to stay tuned for this. Chad O.J., Mike Hargrove, Brian Anderson, they're going to talk about that magical 1997 season and the incredible postseason run of that year as well. That's coming up right now. We'll be back with any updates and baseball when we're ready to play tonight here at Progressive Field. cashed in their chips, and are they just playing out the string as you look at the standings and where they are within the division? Because, as you said, you've got to win in the division. White Sox have not done a very good job of that. The Indians must do a better job.
That's exactly why Ozzie Guillen's so upset, man. You cannot play like this within your division and expect to do anything about it. So he knew coming in here, it's a bigger game for the series for the White Sox than it is for the Indians.
They've lost 3 of their last 4 and 8 of their last 12 overall. Not the way he expected them to go. And you see he's still sporting a shiner under his right eye. More on that coming up as we go along. Let's get a look right now, though, at Ozzie's starting 9. Juan Pierre, the leadoff hitter, followed by Alexei Ramirez and then Paul Konerko. Adam Dunn hitting cleanup, hitting just 158 on the year. Carlos Quentin, A.J. Pierzynski, Alexei Ramirez, Mark Teahan, and Gordon Beckham.
Carlos Carrasco making his 19th start this year. Carlos has been struggling. He's lost his last 3 starts. He's 8-7, 4.25 ERA. And the long ball has been his problem. He's given up 11 home runs this year. But against the Chicago White Sox, he's made 3 starts. He's 0-2, and he has a 6.75 ERA. So he's looking for his first win here. And he has had his problems at home. So hopefully he can turn that around and get the Indians started off on a Friday night against the Central Division rival White Sox on the right foot. Let's take a look at the Indians' defense, brought to you by Pat O'Brien Chevrolet, saluting the men and women defending our country and watching on the Armed Forces Network. Brantley in left, Carrera in center, Kearns is in right. Chisenhall at third, as Drubel at short. Jason Kipnis making his major league debut at second base. Matt Laporta is at first. Lou Marson behind the plate.
And the umpiring crew tonight, Phil Cuzzy to call the balls and strikes. James Hoy at first, Mike Estabrook at second, Tom Hallion is down at third. So I mentioned Ozzie Guillen has that shiner under his right eye, and for those of you who don't know, I don't want anybody to start wondering already, did he get in a fight? Because that certainly could be possible, knowing Ozzie's volatile temper. No, he got hit by a foul ball, and we'll have a shot of that. We'll show you what happened to him when they were playing Kansas City.
It came back and deflected, didn't it? He wasn't even looking at it.
So here's Juan Pierre standing in to get the game underway, and Carlos Carrasco misses outside for ball 1. .76 degrees our game time temperature. Nice little breath of fresh air after the stifling heat we've been suffering through here in the last week or so. That storm really cooled things off, at least for the moment. Two balls, no strikes to Juan Pierre. And Carrasco misses again. You see Pierre has hit in 12 straight for the White Sox. And it's ball 4. A 4-pitch walk to start the game. So Mike Moustakas was at the plate for Kansas City the other day. Now watch this. The foul ball.
No one's paying attention. They're
he was looking up in the air and never saw it.
There it goes back and not paying attention. Looks up. Boom. The deflection got him.
Looked like somebody popped him a good one, doesn't it?
He's tough. He stayed in there. Didn't he end up coming back and arguing after that game?
Alexei Ramirez takes a strike.
After that happened.
Take a lot more than that to get him out of there.
Oh, no doubt about it.
Probably not the first time he's been popped. Alexei Ramirez, 272 average. Pierre has 15 stolen bases on the year, as that pitch misses outside, 1-1 to count. Pierre checking down with third base coach Jeff Cox. Harold Baines is at the first base coaching position for Chicago. And all of a sudden Carrasco is having a tough time finding the strike zone right out of the gate here.
Well, home plate starting to move around on him a little bit. Don't want him nibbling early.
Carrasco's 2-1. And Ramirez fouls it right back out of play to even the count. There's Paul Konerko waiting in the on-deck circle. The Indians lost the only 2 games they've played in Chicago so far this year. And, of course, Chicago won 2 out of 3 in the first series of the season between these 2 clubs here in Cleveland.
Yeah, 1-4.
Well, it's ball 3, and the count goes full. Carrasco can't seem to find any consistency with any of his pitches here. Usually you find one that you can go to early for strikes.
Well, Ozzie, you have to start the runner here. Nobody out.
The runner goes. And it's ball 4, and Carrasco's walked the first 2, and that's trouble when you've got Paul Konerko coming to the plate. Let's get a look at the injury report for both clubs. Now, if you haven't heard, Grady Sizemore had surgery for a sports hernia. He's out 4 to 6 weeks. He feels like that'll give him plenty of time to get the knee healed up, and he should be ready to rock and roll once that comes together. And, of course, for the White Sox, they're in pretty good shape health-wise. Their issues are, can they find it within themselves to just start playing better? This guy is not an issue. 310 average, 22 homers, 69 driven in.
Well, he could just continues, and he's been a thorn in the Indian side for a long time.
And Carrasco finds the strike zone. A first pitch strike. Just the 3rd strike he's thrown out of his first 11 pitches. And a little bit low, 1-1. Carrasco ready. And it's outside. 2 balls and a strike.
Well, he has 3 balls to every strike he's throwing so far, so he had better get it under control in a hurry.
There are the career numbers, and they're not pretty for if you're an Indians fan.
Konerko, guys, if you can make your pitch and find the strike zone, hits it on the ground, a great double play candidate. But he is all over. I would not be surprised to see Tim Belcher out here any second. It's the last thing you want to do when a young pitcher goes out there and toes the rubber. You're in the first inning, is to go out and talk to him, but he may have to.
Two on, nobody out, and the 3-1 pitch to Konerko. Runners go, and Konerko drives it to right field. But Kearns is there, backing up to make the catch, and the runners have to retreat.
That's a good thing. It worked out for the Indians there because they started the runners 3-1, knowing, and Ozzie knows that Konerko's eye is good enough that he will take it if it's a ball. And got a pitch to his liking. Tried to shoot it to right center field and just popped it up. So they had to go back, but he gets out number 1 and a big out.
Yeah, if they're not moving, Pierre easily tags and goes to third.
Right.
Now a chance to get out of the inning because Adam Dunn at the plate. Another double play threat, but more than that, he's a swing and a miss threat. He's punched out 124 times on the year. And smashes it foul first base side. Dunn, in 9 games, batting in the cleanup spot for Chicago, has gone just 3 for 34. And he has struck out 15 times in those 9 games.
Yeah, this guy has really been a disappointment for the White Sox, and, rightfully so. He didn't think he was going to leave the National League. He didn't know about DHing, and it just certainly has not panned out for him.
0-2 the count.
At least to this point.
Well, as we approach the trading deadline, scouts and general managers are always wary of making trades for guys who will be switching leagues because especially if they're veteran players, they know the pitchers in their league. When they
Right.
switch, it can be a risky proposition for the team that takes that player. There are some teams that just flat out won't make those kind of deals, especially because they know they're short-term rentals. And if it takes a guy 3-4 weeks to figure things out, that may be too long.
Right. Yes, indeed.
Carrasco ready with the 0-2. And Dunn just got a piece of that to stay alive. He was out in front of it.
Well, what Carrasco has to do, and he did that last time, is make Pierre stop at second base. If he can get that walking lead, he's going to take off. But you just change your rhythm. You look once, you look twice. You never give him the same pattern to where he can time you. Even though there's a big left-handed hitter up there, it's a clear pathway to third base. There
Time
you go.
call.
There you go. Hold it. That's good work. I mean, your main concern is getting this hitter out. But you do have to try and control the running game in doing that.
And the 0-2. Did he go?
Yes.
They appeal. No, says the crew chief, Tom Hallion, down at third. Boy, that was very
take a look
close.
from the side, see what you think.
Oh, yeah.
Well, there you have it. He's going to get 4 strikes.
We've seen hitters rung up repeatedly for that. But in Tom Hallion's view, he didn't go. So it's a 1-2 count. 20th pitch of the inning coming up for Carlos. And he lays off the low pitch, 2-2. Indians with that 3-man shift on the right side. Included in that shift, the Indians' new second baseman, Jason Kipnis, just called up from AAA, making his major league debut here tonight. In the air, center field, Carrera moving over into the gap, backpedaling. He's got it. Pierre tags and goes to third, but now there are 2 down. So Carlos Quentin steps to the plate, another dangerous hitter. 19 homers, 57 driven in on the year, 25 doubles. Seems like when we face the White Sox, Quentin is either hot or cold.
No in between.
Yeah.
Well, that can be Carlos as a hitter. I mean, he gets in one of those grooves and he can hurt you. And he's done it to a lot of different teams. He started the year out right here. Very hot against the Indians,
yes,
if you
did.
remember.
Yeah, hitting it
First
everywhere to all
gappers
fields.
and RBIs coming out in the first 2 games. There you go. 5 games, 9 ribbies.
And a lot of that was done in those first 3 games in that series to open the season. First and third, 2 down. And popped him up. Might get out of it here.
Yes, sir. That's going to stay.
Kipnis, the rookie, makes the catch to end the inning. So Carlos Carrasco gets out of trouble. Walking the first 2, gets the next 3. Indians coming to bat. Floyd. Let's look at Maniacta's starting lineup, brought to you by Progressive Insurance, proud to be the official auto insurance provider of the Cleveland Indians. Ezekiel Carrera in the leadoff spot, followed by Michael Brantley. Then Asdrubal Cabrera hitting third. Travis Hafner, Matt Laporta, and Lonnie Chisenhall in the middle. Austin Kearns, Jason Kipnis, and Lou Marson.
Kevin Floyd making the start for the White Sox, 6'6", 240 pounds, 28-year-old, 7-9 on the year. He is a .437 ERA, has pitched 119 in the third innings, has struck out 85. He has a much better ERA on the road in his 11 games. Started .336 compared to at home. At U.S. Cellular, it's up over 6 there. Left-handers .281 off him with 8 homers.
And Ezekiel Carrera takes a first pitch strike. Carrera went 5 for 19 on the road trip. Getting a chance to play now with Grady Sizemore on the DL and a more of an everyday role. And with his speed, always a threat to bunt, but that is fouled back in the count 1-2. Floyd with a 1-2 pitch and a little bit outside.
That's what Floyd has when he's on his game, is a good curveball. He has struggled, though, in his last 7 games. The White Sox just 1-6. His personal record is 1-4.
Fouled over toward Ozzie Guillen, and the White Sox coach is Guillen throwing his hands up saying, "Are you kidding me? Coming after me again?"
Yeah, why not? I mean, he knows. There's nobody taking more abuse than he has, in that situation. Look at Manny and Tolle, and they're laughing at him. Why not?
Look at him. He's got a glove over his face now. Here's the 2-2.
That's good stuff
Rick
right
foul. There. Way out in front of that.
Look at that's good stuff.
He's got a
catcher's mask.
The catcher's mask.
Look at Omar sitting. He's a part of it, too. You got to enjoy it and have fun at the old ballpark.
Omar Vizquel still enjoys baseball, still comes to work with a smile every day.
No secrets in baseball.
Little tapper. Floyd might have got a piece of it. Ramirez on the run. Very close play. And they just did get him by a whisker at first base.
Yeah, they did. About a half a step. His foot was on the way down to the bag.
I'm thinking if Floyd had tipped that, he'd have been safe.
Yeah, it just got over his head. He didn't tip it, but look how quickly Ramirez gets rid of that ball. And that's close. That's bang, bang, half a foot. Watch, his foot's coming down. Konerko gets the ball. There it is before it lands. That's frustrating when you're the base runner. But he was out. Good play by Ramirez.
Here is Michael Brantley back in the lineup. Suffering from heat exhaustion in the last 2 games in Minnesota. And a big chopper towards second. Gordon Beckham throws him out, 2 down.
Take a look at the Home Depot White Sox defense tonight. They are rated number 1 in the league. They've made 46 errors. Pierre in left, Rios in center, Quentin in his right. Tian at third, Ramirez at short, Beckham is at second, Konerko at first, A.J. Brzezinski behind the plate. More savings, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot.
Asdrubal Cabrera with a big swing and a miss. Down low. That's back out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And out in front of that foul down the first base side. Indians all-star shortstop Asdrubal Cabrera came into this season with 18 career home runs. He's hit 17 already this year alone. Up high, 2-2. A little bit outside, full count. Travis Hafner would be next. And the payoff pitch is popped up. Charging in hard from center field is Rios. He's there, he's got it. And we've played a scoreless inning here in Cleveland. McDonald's, the mango pineapple real fruit smoothie has arrived. By your Northern Ohio Toyota dealers. And by AT&T. Back here at Progressive Field. Indians and White Sox scoreless, second inning. A.J. Pierzynski, Alex Rios, and Mark Teahan due up for Chicago. Carlos Carrasco had a tough time finding the strike zone early. His first 14 pitches, 11 balls thrown. Last 9, only 3 out of the strike zone.
Well, the one nice thing is he was able to get out of it, go in and settle down, and I'm sure Belcher talked to him a little bit, see if he can come back out and settle in now and get back into a groove.
And on his fist, Pierzynski fouling it back.
And one thing for Carlos, his last 3 starts, his ERA is 9. He's pitched 14 innings, 22 hits, and 4 homers. So, he hasn't had his command like he had for that 6 or 8 game streak where he was on a really nice roll.
Smash toward short over the head of Cabrera. And the first hit of the game delivered by A.J. Pierzynski, who once again is putting together a solid year. Maybe the power numbers aren't there, but came in with a .285 batting average, 16 doubles, just 3 home runs. Now the White Sox coming off a disappointing series. Their last game they got beat by the Royals 2-1, and afterwards Ozzie Guillen had basically just seen enough of his team's lethargic play.
Pathetic. No energy. We just go by the emotions. We take the day off today instead of be yesterday, tomorrow. If we go to Cleveland, the way we go there, good luck. We're wasting our money in this club if we went to Cleveland the way we went here. That's all I have to say.
Well, normally he takes all the heat off his players all year long. And right there you can see a frustrated manager by the effort that his team put forth in that series against Kansas City. Now, is that one reason why their record, Matt, is the way it is in the Central Division? You know, they're 11-19. And he understands that if you're going to do any damage in this division, you have to win within.
The 2-strike pitch. Swung on and missed. He gets Rios to go chase. First strikeout for Carrasco, 1 down here in the second. I also think what you heard from Ozzie Guillen there was frustration, and because of the way his team played. And look, he played a long time in the big leagues. He understands the code. The code of a major league player is respecting the game. You show up, you play hard.
Right.
You don't win every game, but it's the effort. When you don't bring the effort, that's when you get the wrath of your manager.
That's right.
Mark Teahen, check swing, a called strike. Teahen has been a disappointment for Chicago, hitting just .215, only 3 home runs. They thought maybe, just maybe, he would come to Chicago, change his scenery, and blossom, because this guy's always had tremendous potential.
Well, he played well, you know, when he was with Kansas City at one point in time, and they saw he was a versatile guy. He could play third, maybe some second, maybe some outfield.
Yep.
You know, left-handed bat. They were looking for help over there, and he just didn't pan out. You know, some injuries when you get called over. And, you know, he's on the outside looking in, really.
Swung out and missed. Another strikeout for Carrasco. And, I mean, in the blink of an eye, he fans 2 straight.
On sliders. Let's check it out on our Time Warner cable pitch tracker. It's a slider, and he's going to get him to swing over the top. And we know Carrasco's got a terrific slider. He can throw that pitch. When he gets ahead in the count, you will see swings like that from major league hitters. So back-to-back strikeouts after the leadoff single.
And he's now thrown 8 straight strikes. So you'll love to see the fact that he's found some rhythm, and he just drills Gordon Beckham on the hip.
Tell Beckham he's thrown 8 straight.
Maybe he hasn't figured it out all just yet. Down to second goes Pierzynski. And there are 2 on with 2 out for Juan Pierre, who walked on 4 pitches his first time up.
You see, Beckham was telling Laporta, geez, this guy was pounding the strike zone, and I go in there, and it's that little two-seamer that got away from him and got him on the hip.
So Pierre steps in. He's a pesky slap hitter. And he gets dropped to the dirt.
Man. You know, after the last guy gets drilled, that's the last thing you expect to see coming from the other side of the plate, because the last pitch was in the right-handed batter's box. This one's over in the left-handed. I mean, that's a difference of probably 5 feet on those last 2 pitches.
Bounced foul. And it's 1-1.
Harold says, why are you giving it to me? Go give it to a fan.
Uh-oh.
Well, that kid had a chance. He had the glove. Just let it get by him.
Carrasco ready with a 1-1. And a big bouncer towards first. Laporta will take it himself. And once again, Carrasco gets out of some trouble. We go to the bottom of the second, no score. They were all raring and ready to go, and then before the ball game, we had beach weekend turned into beach monsoon. There was sand flying, rain going sideways, but now that the rain's moved through, kids are out there having a good time before they made it into the ballpark. Travis Hafner, Matt Laporta, Lonnie Chisenhall for the Tribe here in the home half of the second. Travis Hafner putting together another solid month of work. Missed inside off the plate. Hafner at home this year has hit .330. He's hit .313 on the road, but even better here at home with 7 homers, 20 runs batted in.
Yeah, that's good. Comfort zone.
Interesting that he's only hit 2 homers on the road this year.
Well, the way this is stacking up, Santana's out. He's been hitting third, and Santana gets a day off after yesterday's off day. He goes into the 4 spot. We'll see how Chicago, they're not going to want to let Hafner, beat you. They're going to probably pitch around him, I would think, all series long.
He takes a strike. It's 2-2. That's the other thing, too. When you get into divisional play, and we've said this before, there are no secrets. Everybody knows everybody and knows them well.
The history, when you go back, if you've been around at any length of time, these guys, they know you, and there's no tricks or gimmicks. It's a adjustment made every game.
It's all about executing. You know what the game plan is. It's just, can you do it without making that mistake over the plate? And that's when these hitters will hurt you.
And that's where in interleague divisional play, where a break here and there, an error here or there, that it could cost you a ball game.
Becomes so critical. Matt Laporta waits on deck. 3-2 pitch to Hafner. Popped him up.
Little cutter.
Alexi Ramirez calls off the third baseman, Tian. 1 away. Well, here's our great clip of the game from yesterday. Hosted my second annual charity golf tournament at the Ashland Country Club. Manny Acta, you were there. Kevin Mack of the Cleveland Browns. We had a great time, raised a lot of money for 3 charities. Katie Witham, a little long, a little strong with the putt right there. How about Manny? Head down, good chip. But there you are, big fella.
Came out of it.
Got that driver going. Thanks to everybody, though, who participated and supported the golf tournament. Raise money for the Ashland County Cancer Association, Team Focus, and a scholarship fund that we started in my mom's memory that will be awarded for the first time next year. Down low, 2 balls, no strikes. And again, I can't thank everybody enough for coming out because it was a smoking hot day.
I was going to say it could have been a little warmer.
Not much. What was the heat index? About 115?
Oh boy. It was okay. It was windy though.
We had a nice little breeze, warm breeze.
Yeah, my man Zapp, I got to play with. He held his own for the first 2 holes. I told him I'd get him back again tonight. He did A-okay.
Did he get out of the cart after the second hole?
He was fine. He didn't have to.
Up high.
Tell you what, he can read greens with the best of them.
Can read a race form too pretty well.
That's what I meant, the greens.
3-1 the count here from Matt Laporta. Checks on a called strike.
Okay, didn't like the location.
Matt's working the high socks here today to kick off the homestand. Gavin Floyd's payoff pitch, and it's foul tipped into the glove. First strikeout for Floyd, 2 down here in inning number 2. Our trivia question tonight brought to you by AT&T. 5 pitchers are in the Hall of Fame as a Cleveland Indian. Can you name all 5? Well, one of them is blatantly obvious. We'll have the answer coming up later on in the game. Lonnie Chisenhall looks at a ball outside. Chisenhall, .235 average, couple of homers, 4 driven in, 4 doubles. Big bouncer just foul, third base side. Two down, bases empty, home half of the second inning. A little bit outside, 2-1. Now another called strike, 2-2. Detroit is in Minnesota. Tigers lead the Twins 1-0. They're in the second inning at Target Field. 2-2 pitch. Minced inside with it, full count.
You know, he's mixing it up. He's going with that fastball. He has a cutter. He threw the cutter to both Hafner and Laporta on the 3-2 pitch. Good curveball.
Payoff pitch. Swung on and missed. Floyd strikes out the last two. And we go to the third, no score. Back here, top of the third. Want to remind you to stay tuned later in the game to see our Miller Taste Greatness moment. No score, third inning here at Progressive Field.
Boy, and that rain today really cooled it down here, didn't it? Very pleasant out at the ballpark.
Might have kept a few folks away from coming out to the game tonight. Big fireworks show coming up afterwards. Alexei Ramirez pops it straight up. First baseman Matt Laporta charging in, calls everybody off. One quick out. Let's send it right now out to Katie Witham, who's trying to enjoy a little time at the beach.
Hey guys, I'm out here on the Gateway Plaza with Slider. Make sure you're here this Sunday. We've got KeyBank Kids Fun Day going on. The beach weekend continues, but most importantly, it is Slider's birthday. Everybody that comes out here before the game is going to get a free birthday cupcake for Slider. Also, kids age 12 and under are going to receive a free skateboard dock, courtesy of Medical Mutual. You can stay, move it around the bases after the game, sponsored by the Cleveland Clinic. It's going to be an awesome time. Get your tickets now at Indians.com and get out here and wish Slider a birthday.
Well, happy birthday, Slider. So you get the dock, then you just find your wheels.
Yeah, you go and buy some wheels that you want to put on it. That's exactly right. Great. Kids are going to love it.
Now, your grandsons, AJ and Nick, are they into the skateboarding?
Oh, yeah, they'll get it. Yeah, they're into everything. Actually, like four-wheeling and riding bikes. They're past the skateboarding, but they'll like it.
Paul Konerko flied to right his first time up. And that was a key spot and a huge out for Carrasco because he had walked the first two. And Konerko was trying to drive one to the opposite field, which we've seen him do so many times.
3-1 pitch. He had to hit good hitters counting. He got the best hitter in the lineup for out number one. So you're right. It was a big out.
Swung on and missed. He strikes out Konerko, his third K, 2 down here in the inning. Looks like that good slider again. Just goes straight down.
That was excellent location. When you can get a hitter like Konerko to swing at that pitch, all right, you may get him this time, but you got to work him differently the next at bat.
Here's Adam Dunn, who flied to center his first time up. The Indians once again employ the shift. And he yanks one toward right field. Kearns can't track it down, but he does cut it off, and he holds Dunn to a long 2-out single.
I mean, that ball was right down the middle. He didn't try and go in. He just tried to throw a fastball by him, and it didn't work. Second hit now for the White Sox. 2-out single.
Carlos Quentin popped up on the infield to end the first. And he yanks it over the head of Chisenhall down the line, but cutting it off is Brantley. And that keeps Adam Dunn at second base. Back-to-back 2-out hits. Keeps the inning alive. So the White Sox have had 2 on in every inning so far.
Well, they struggled hitting with runners in scoring position in Milwaukee, just 3 for 20. So, you know, this is what you want to do. You want to keep them down. You don't want them to get a 2-out base hit. There's a breaking ball that Quentin gets after just over the outstretched glove of Chisenhall. You know, you get that first 2-out base hit with a runner in scoring position. That could take a lot of pressure off the rest of that lineup, so you want to keep them down while you have them down.
Well, A.J. Pierzynski had the first hit of this game with a leadoff hit in the second inning. Steps in here with 2 on and 2 out. And it's down low, ball 1. Fouled back. Rough night for Trevor Cahill. The Oakland A's starter against the Yankees in New York. New York's up 14-2 in the third inning.
And this is a guy normally you can't hit a ball, you know, in the air off that guy. Well, not in this start. He gave up 10 runs.
Oof. That'll hurt your ERA. Checked. He might have gone around. I'll see if they end up appealing. The runners move up.
It'll be a pass ball because that ball did go into the dirt, and Marson just couldn't smother it. But he came close to swinging, but I don't even see anybody checking. Then it'd be too late now. We'll check on our own and see. That ball goes in the dirt. He didn't go. Not even close. Not even close. So a wild pitch for Carrasco, his third this year. Now runners move up.
And Pierzynski in a good count, 2-1. Another good stop this time by Marson. It's 3-1 though. Right-handed hitting Alex Rios on deck. And remember, he struck Rios out on 3 pitches his first time up. And they are just going to put him on now.
Well, they figure they'll take their chances. Righty against righty. It's already third walk. And like you mentioned, he had his way the first time with Rio, so he's got to come back. But you go 2 outs, and he's really going to have to work to get out of this inning. So in every inning to this point, Carrasco's had to work to get out of it. You know, when you look at the numbers, Lou Marson, who has caught Carrasco for 10 starts, when he's behind the plate, Carrasco's ERA is 3.62. In the 8 starts, when Santana was first started the year catching Carrasco, his ERA is 5.03. So, I mean, with Lou behind the plate, for whatever reason, he's worked with him. It seems to be a smoother, ball game with Lou behind the plate when this guy's on the mound.
Any chance that's coincidence, or do you think there's...
No, I think Lou's overall a better catcher. Calling the game and doing everything.
Pops him up left field. Brantley comes in, makes the catch, and Carrasco gets out of it. White Sox have stranded 7 runners through 3 innings. Bottom third of the Indians' order due up here. Austin Kearns getting the start tonight in right field. And takes a strike over the outside corner. Kearns has a hit in 9 of his last 11 games. 9 for 29. That's a .310 average. And he's quickly in an 0-2 hole here. Last 3 years, he's actually hit right-handers much better than lefties, but so far this year, just a .191 against right-handers. And again, some of the numbers this year, he hasn't played a lot. So
yeah, last year they called upon him, and he fit into that top 3 spots. This year, total opposite year.
Well, Gavin Floyd's starting to maybe find his rhythm. He struck out 3 straight hitters. 1 down here in the 3rd inning. Well, here is Jason Kipnis in a nice hand for the rookie making his debut. Fans have certainly heard a lot about Jason Kipnis. He's come up through the system rather quickly, very quickly. And remember, this young man has made the transition from outfielder to middle infielder. He's taken over the spot at second base.
Well, you know, they've tried. Cord Phelps was up here. This kid, they said at some point in time he's going to get an opportunity, and here it is. Getting towards the end of July.
1-1 the count.
Well, Buena was up here for a little time. It didn't change for him. He was back. But you see, you know, with some of these guys, you're going to platoon with Orlando Cabrera when you're coming up as a second baseman. You're not going to get full playing time.
Jammed him, and he rolls it to second. Bare hand grab and throw to get him. 2 down. How's that for a welcome to the big leagues?
That's all right. Don't be afraid to get jammed. Nothing wrong with that. Make your plans to be here at Progressive Field when the Indians face the Surging Angels. That'll be Monday through Wednesday. 3 days of great baseball and family entertainment. Create memories starting at just $8. Get your tickets at Indians.com.
So at 2 down, Lou Marson will step in. Indians still looking for their first base runner against Gavin Floyd, who fires a first pitch strike in there. Floyd's last start against Detroit, he was dynamite. He went 7 2/3 and allowed 1 earned run against the Tigers. Ramirez throws on the run to get Marson, and the Indians have gone 1-2-3 for the 3rd inning in a row. Well, what has turned out to be a very beautiful and pleasant night in downtown after the torrential rainstorm blew through here at about 4 o'clock. Delayed the start of the game for just a little less than an hour. Mark T and Gordon Beckham, and then Juan Pierre for the White Sox here in the 4th inning. Carrasco has made 50 pitches through the first 3 frames. Tien goes after the first one here in the 4th. Drives it to deep left. Brantley running out of real estate makes the catch. Holy mackerel. He was right up against the wall before that ball settled into his glove for out number 1.
Well, it's all a matter of knowing where you're at on the field. He was going back, and, you know, I guess he figured he had plenty of room. There he goes. He knew he was getting close. He had the left hand up. Look at him, searching. He knew he had another step.
Gordon Beckham drew a walk. He was hit by a pitch his first time up. Drilled right on the hip by Carlos Carrasco in the 2nd. And looks at a first pitch strike. Little tapper foul. Oh, nice grab by the third base coach, Jeff Cox. He flips it up into the crowd. No balls, 2 strikes. Now the 0-2. And that went in the other batter's box. So far with Carrasco, it seems like he finds it, but then he can easily just lose his command every now and again. Now the 1-2. Hit foul out of plate on the right side. I guess there are 2 different ways of a pitcher not having command. For Carrasco, it's probably better to be in his situation where you're trying to find it to get into the strike zone as opposed to being in a situation where you're throwing it, trying to go outside, off the plate, and having it go back over the middle. When you have that kind of a command issue, that's usually when you get into big trouble.
Well, yeah, well, you're not just rearing back. You don't like hitters to get in good counts.
Regardless, that's a good point. Yes.
I mean, you try and keep hitters away from pretty good counts because if you're struggling to throw only 1 pitch for a strike, that's what they're going to look for when they get into those counts. So they can sort of, put a pitch out of their mind, eliminate doubt, as we say, and get after your 1 good pitch.
There's that slider, and that's been a bread and butter pitch for him. But at times he's had trouble throwing that one, too.
But he's had to throw it so much in this ball game to get through it to this point. You get into the middle part of the game, and the hitters have already seen your best work, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And they'll get after it, and they may end up hitting it eventually because they've seen so many of them.
Now the 1-2. Got him with it again. He keeps throwing it, and he keeps having success. That's his 4th strikeout, 2 down here in the 4th inning. What he could really use is a 1-2-3 inning.
Yeah. Well, Lou's working him through it. Lou Marson will get him through it.
Our minor league report brought to you by Kia. Drew Pomerantz went 5 innings in his last outing at AA Akron. Allowed 1 earned run, struck out a half dozen. So a 1.86 ERA in his 2 starts. Last year's #1 pick for the Indians. Juan Pierre looks at a strike, walked on 4 pitches his first time up, then he bounced out to second base to end the 2nd inning. He bounced out to first base to end the 2nd inning. Big bouncer towards second. Jason Kipnis throws him out. So Carrasco has a 1-2-3 inning. And now we'll see if the Indians' bats can find their wheels against Gavin Floyd. It's been 9 up, 9 down for the Indians right out of the gate tonight. So top of the order, second time through. We'll see if they're able to make any adjustments against Gavin Floyd. 4 ground ball outs, 3 strikeouts, and a couple of balls popped up, hit in the air. And Ezekiel Carrera looks at a strike. Floyd, 43 pitches on the night, 27 for strikes, 8 first pitch strikes. Foul tipped, it's 0-2.
He's changing speeds, and his best pitch tonight has been his cutter. And that's his bread and butter, the pitch he's gone to when he has had to throw a strike or make a pitch to get an out.
Right back up the middle, Ezekiel Carrera has the Indians' first hit of the night on an 0-2 pitch. He just slapped it right up the gut. You know, I was going to say after his last swing, it looked like, boy, he's taking an awfully big hack for a little guy that you want to see try to hit the ball on the ground. And what does he do? He comes right back, shortens it up.
Yeah, that ball, it's not the location that Floyd wanted. He left the fastball right there, a four-seamer. Too good of a pitch for him with a little guy with a short stroke. Because, you know, it's tough to jam guys like that when you get to 2 strikes because they do put such a short stroke on it.
Bouncing ball to first. What a grab by Konerko. Backhanded style. And on the low throw, they still turn 2. Boy, Alexi Ramirez had to wait for Gavin Floyd to get over there to the bag, and he was still able to pull the trigger and get him.
Tell you, that's a tough double play to turn. And anytime you're a shortstop and you've got to lead a pitcher to first base, it's a difficult or a risky throw. But Konerko gets that ball, and it's an easy throw, so he had to wait and then jump. And he gives him a low throw, but I give Floyd credit. He got over there in time, and they get Brantley. Double play ball. That's like a double and triple clutch, but there you see. He had him.
As Dribble Cabrera flied to center his first time up. Foul back 1-1. Cabrera leads all American League shortstops in hits, doubles, homers, ribbies, and he's tied among American League shortstops in runs scored. He has been dynamite. Didn't get a chance to see him before the game tonight. A lot of guys were hitting in the indoor batting cages with the inclement weather. I'm just hoping he took yesterday's off day and sat in the air conditioning all day.
Yeah.
Because he has played a lot of baseball. Pops this one up. Left fielder Juan Pierre makes the grab. And we played 4 scoreless innings so far tonight here in Cleveland. United, proud to fly the Cleveland Indians. And by Panini's. Go to paninisgrill.com for their new food and drink menu and a location near you. Alexei Ramirez, Paul Konerko, Adam Dunn for Chicago here in the fifth. No score. Indians offense unable to get going so far tonight, just one hit. White Sox only have 3 hits, but they've left 7 men on base already. As Alexei Ramirez looks at a strike.
Yeah, Carlos coming off his first 1-2-3 inning in the fourth, which he desperately needed.
Waves at that pitch, it's 0-2.
Slider, slider on top of slider, huh? He has a good one.
Fastball up, fouled back.
I want to send along some birthday wishes. Wilda Wilson of Chesterland, Ohio is turning 100 today. Wilda, that's up my neck of the woods.
Yeah, right down the road probably, huh?
Kathleen Olowitsky of Lorraine is 93. Happy birthday to you.
Why don't you take Wilda a slice of Slider's birthday cake tonight?
I'd love to.
Boy, he took the sting out of his bat with that pitch, popped him straight up on the infield. 1 away. Let's shoot it back to the studios right now for an in-game update. Here's Al Pawlowski.
All right, Matt, Rick, I think the Yankees got Phil Hughes the lead. Even he can't blow. Mark Teixeira, a grand slam here in the third inning. New York went ahead 14-2. It's now 14-5 during the fourth inning at Yankee Stadium. Back to you at Progressive Field.
Wow, 19 runs already in that game. You know, sometimes you see a lot of runs scored early in a game and then you don't see anything the rest of the way. But in Yankee Stadium, there's a chance they could score a lot more before that's all over. Paul Konerko fouls it back. He's 0 for 2 tonight. And he yanks one. Left field, fair ball. Brantley cuts it off, and Konerko has a 1-out single. Snaps a string of 5 in a row set down by Carrasco.
Well, he's going to leave with breaking ball up, and this guy is a good hitter. He makes adjustments from at-bat to at-bat. And that got a little too much of the plate. Konerko gets the 4th hit for the White Sox. All of them have been singles.
Adam Dunn, a base hit to right field his last time up. And he goes the other way. Beats the shift for a base hit. Even without the shift, that's probably still in the hole. And back-to-back singles with 1 out here in the 5th inning. Sinking fastball.
I'll tell you what, that was a good
way.
pitch. There's not much you could do. That was a pretty darn good pitch on the very first pitch. And what I've noticed for him in his first 3 at-bats, he's coming up swinging early. He's not waiting. Normally, he takes a lot of pitches. Not tonight.
It's the 9th time this year Adam Dunn has had a multi-hit game for Chicago. Carlos Quentin singled his last time up. '70th pitch of the night for Carrasco. And a strike called at 95 miles an hour. A little bit low, 1-1.
The White Sox, as a team, they're not blessed with team speed. They have hit in the 4th most double plays in the league. They have hit into 88.
Two balls and a strike. Well, on the year, the opposition has hit .295 with runners in scoring position against Carlos Carrasco. But so far here tonight, it's been a different story. He's been better when he's been in trouble.
Well, you can only do it so many times.
And that is drilled deep left and gone to the bleachers.
That's the one thing that's been hurting Carlos is the long ball, and it's a big one, a 3-runner.
The White Sox take a 3-0 lead as Carlos Quentin homers for the 20th time this year.
Well, they get a hit when it counts. Quentin.
That's their first hit of the night with a runner in scoring position. They had been 0 for 5 before that.
Well, as I said, this is a fastball. Let's look at the location on the Time Warner Cable pitch tracker, and it's right down and into his wheelhouse. A guy that loves it down and hits it a long way. So
and now A.J. Pierzynski lines one toward left, sinking in a hurry, but Brantley runs in to grab it 2 down. Hey, log on to STOHD.com and pick up a buy one, get one free $25 gift card from CityTap. Right downtown by the ballpark, enjoy game day specials, hand-packed burgers, fresh-cut fries, and wash it down with a choice of 40 beers on tap. Or stop by after the game and enjoy the late-night menu. Log on to STOHD.com for your buy one, get one free gift card from CityTap. Alex Rios, 0 for 2 tonight, looks at ball 1 down low. Liner to third, I mean right at Lonnie Chisenhall's chest to end the inning. But Carlos Quentin has the White Sox on the board first with a 3-run homer. Chicago lead, bottom of the 5th inning. Travis Hafner, Matt Laporta, and Lonnie Chisenhall due for the Indians. They've had 1 hit so far. It was a leadoff hit by Carrera in the 4th, but he was quickly erased on a double play. Now the Tribe down 3 runs. Looking to get something rolling against Gavin Floyd. Travis Hafner popped up on a 3-2 pitch his first time up.
Tommy was telling me that was the first 3-runner that Carrasco's given up this year, 3-pointer. That's not a good one to give up, but that's his first. See if they can come back and at least respond here.
Hafner blisters one foul past the White Sox dugout.
Mary Voitko of Cleveland is turning 93. Karen Scherer of New Philadelphia is 81. Jim Moore of Alliance, 71. Happy birthday to you three.
Lauren Smith of Solon celebrating her 22nd. Blanche Culp of Mentor celebrating her 95th. Right back up the middle, but there is Alexi Ramirez. One away. Our game recap brought to you by your Northern Ohio Toyota dealers. And so far, Gavin Floyd has been terrific. He's given up just the one hit. He has struck out 3. He's mixed his pitches up very well so far. And for the White Sox offensively, that's it. Carlos Quentin, a 3-run homer. For a dealer near you, visit buyatoyota.com. And they've got more than 30 offers available right now. Just log on and check them out. Matt Laporta, strikeout victim, his first time up. Down low with it. Laporta able to lay off. Tips the count in his favor at 2-1. Three balls and a strike. Now the 3-1. And a bouncer towards third. It's a fair ball behind the bag. Tee and a long throw. Right on the money. 2 down. That'll bring up Lonnie Chisenhall, who struck out his first time up.
Let's wrap up our birthdays. Bill Wheeler of Columbus is turning 40. Steve Smith of Ocala, Florida, 30. Adam Miller of Kansas, Ohio, 28. Happy birthday to everyone out there tonight.
Mackenzie Martin celebrating birthday number 1 in Ashland. And Brian Hunter celebrating his 48th in Geneva. Lonnie Chisenhall blisters one deep to right. And it short hops the fence in front of the White Sox bullpen. He'll go into second base standing with a 2-out double. Second hit of the night for the Indians. First extra base knock, and a runner in scoring position now for Austin Kearns.
Well, he just challenged him right there, and Chisenhall makes him pay. Ready for the first pitch and drilled it. He cruises into second base, his 5th double. Now we'll see if they can do anything with 2 outs. Tough way to go.
And now Austin Kearns looks at a breaking ball for a strike. Austin struck out his first time up. The 0-1. Missed in off the plate. Tigers have opened up a 4-1 lead over the Twins in the 3rd inning at Target Field. Jammed him, slowly rolled towards short. Ramirez couldn't come up with it cleanly. And Kearns aboard with an infield single as Chisenhall moves to third.
Well, a do-or-die play for Ramirez. He chose to go at it with the glove and didn't come up cleanly with it. But you'll see a very well-hustling Gordon Beckham backing him up, where that guy from third base wasn't going to be able to score. So he is aware. There's always some place to be on a baseball field, and even if he doesn't catch his ball, he could have been standing behind him, but look where he is at, right behind him.
If he's spectating, then there's a good chance you score a run there.
That's right. So I'm saying there's always something to do on the field. Beckham did a nice job of backing up. That'll go as an infield single, but the Indians now first and third.
And Jason Kipnis making his debut here tonight with a chance to get the Indians on the board, fouls it off. Kipnis grounded out to second base, jammed his first time up. Jason hit a dozen homers this year at AAA Columbus, drove in 55. He had 15 doubles and 9 triples for the Clippers. Down and in, 1 ball, 1 strike. Second round pick just 2 years ago out of Arizona State. That's what I mean when I told you earlier he's made the ascent quickly through the minor league system. And I mentioned he's made a position switch. You made a position switch. You were a shortstop who converted to outfield, but you said it's tougher going the other way from outfield to infield.
Yes. I would think so.
Kipnis pops it in the air, right field. Quinton calling for it. Makes the catch. Indians get a couple of hits, but they leave them stranded through 5. It's the White Sox 3 and the Indians nothing. $5 discount coupons for the Subway Extreme Fan Zone. It's the place to be for a chance to win Subway gift cards, Indians Fun Money, and you'll get great discounts on your next Subway purchase. Subway, where winners eat. Well, the White Sox with a 3-0 lead as we go to the 6th, and Mark Teahen will lead it off 0 for 2 tonight. Carrasco's fastball sails wide. Foul back to the on-deck circle. 1-1 to count. Now, we mentioned a big series here tonight. Big one in Minnesota between the first place Tigers and the Twins. Over in the National League, that Central Division, Pittsburgh Pirates tied for first place tonight, and they're hosting St. Louis just a game back. Cardinals lead at 5-4 in the sixth. There have already been 10 hits apiece in that game.
St. Louis came out and punched him in the mouth and scored 4 early. But I'll tell you what, Pittsburgh coming back.
They continue to be a real surprise in the National League. Now the one slowly hits the mound. Kipnis backhand off balance throw and one hop to first. They got him. Jason Kipnis with a sensational play. Now the rookie in his major league debut, a converted outfielder. Looked like he's been doing that his whole life.
That's a pretty athletic play. This is going to be our McDonald's. I'm loving it. Watch, he just gets rid of the ball in a hurry and knowing if he gets it on the ground that he can pick it over there. Give him a one hopper. Nicely done. Bang, bang over there. Not an easy play. You're running away from it. But he got rid of it in a hurry, and you're right. It doesn't look like he's... Well, I mean, there's going to be plays that you're going to have to learn, but that's a good one to start on right there.
Missed in off the plate to Gordon Beckham. Fouled third base side. Fouled that off of his leg. And the 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. 2 down. That's the 5th strikeout tonight for Carrasco. And we'll go back to the studios. Al Pawlowski has the latest on that Tigers-Twins game in the Twin Cities.
Well, Matt, things not looking good for the Tribe here in Detroit behind Johnny Peralta, who drives in 2 with his bases loaded single. Is having a good night. They're up 4-1. Peralta also has a home run, so he has a homer and 3 runs batted in. It's 4-1 Detroit now, 4th inning in Minneapolis.
Checked his swing. Did he go? Yes, he did, says third base umpire Tom Hallion.
Yes, he did. Well, one earlier got away from him. It didn't come back and haunt him. Now, I've seen Pierre a number of times in his career. He's down in the count 0-2. Could be a right-hander, could be a left-hander. They throw a ball off the plate just to try and get him, and he can expand his zone very well. Go out and get it and just slap it the other way. Brantley could be way deep for this guy.
Fights that off back to the screen.
Okay, there's a pitch upstairs that he just slaps. He'll go, I mean, he can pick one up off the ground as well. He just looks for the ball anywhere.
And the 0-2 pitch. Again, he just gets a little piece of it to keep himself alive. And this next pitch will be number 90 on the night for Carrasco. Same situation right there, just almost like a half swing.
Well, it's tough to throw, get him to swing and miss because he doesn't take a swing. You know, he's just protecting. Protecting not to strike out and just put the ball in play.
Looked like Lou wanted a sinker. Try something different, maybe. Change the eye level. They've tried to go up high. Let's see if this pitch gets him to chase. Ran it too wide of the mark. Breaking ball popped straight up back behind the plate and into the seats. That was a weird looking swing.
Well, he just got a piece. Look at Lou starting to think, my goodness, this guy. Watch this swing. He finally realized it was going to be that breaking ball, and he fouled it off. Throw one in on his hands, a good fastball. He's fouling everything off, just a slap and get in there hard. There you go. He didn't get it in, though.
It's already been an 8-pitch at bat.
When the guy's just, going in there, just make him force you to dig it out inside.
The 1-2. Bounces this weekly to second. Kipnis flips it over. And a 1-2-3 inning for Carrasco, even though he had to work hard to get that third out. Bottom of the 6th inning here at Progressive Field. It'll be Lou Marson, and then the top of the order for the Tribe, Gavin Floyd. Has pitched to beauty so far. He's given up just 3 hits.
Yeah, 2 of them coming with 2 outs last inning. One, the infield hit by Kearns. He's been in total control.
And a breaking ball for a strike. Rolls it to third. Tian just flips it over, 1 away. Let's check in once again tonight with Katie Witham.
Hey guys, thanks. I'm here with the Indians Director of Community Outreach and Charities, Steve Frowork. And Steve, we've got the 2011 glove drive going on right now. What is going on and how can we help?
Well, the Indians are partnering with KeyBank, and we're collecting new or gently used gloves for the Cleveland Baseball Federation. As you can see behind me, we've got gloves in a bin here at Progressive Field at Fan Services. You donate a glove, we'll give you a ticket to Sunday, August 28th game against the Royals, and a ticket for a post-game autograph session with Indians players.
And I hear that the fans have actually done a great job this year. You've We've emptied it a couple of times, hoping to empty it some more. But also, you don't have to donate a glove. You can also donate $20.
Correct. You can make a $20 donation here at Fan Services inside the ballpark. Again, all proceeds are going to benefit the Cleveland Baseball Federation for youth baseball and softball.
It's a great thing. Get on out here when you're out here. Bring a glove or $20, and we can get all the youngsters involved in this great game. Guys, we'll send it back over to you.
All right, thanks, Katie. Certainly a great event and a great cause. Michael Brantley 0 for 2 tonight. Takes a strike.
Now Floyd, 15 of 20 first pitch strikes. So he has been able to get ahead of the Indians hitters and then throw pretty much how he wants to pitch him. Been able to go at him. He has jammed quite a few guys. He is 5-3 in his career lifetime against the Tribe. And this guy, they've been struggling in his last 7 games, but you wouldn't be able to tell by the way he's pitched tonight.
Well, I mentioned earlier, though, I think it was his last start. Came against the Tigers. He pitched really well in Detroit. So maybe he found something in that last start that he's been able to carry over.
He's normally a guy that gets off to a slow start for April and sometime May, but then picks it back up.
I mean, you think about it, 2 starts ago against the Twins lineup that's not exactly high-powered. He gave up 7 runs in 3 2/3 innings. Strikes out Michael Brantley, and the Indians go 1-2-3. A 9-pitch 6th. We go to the 7th, 3-0 Chicago.
On all weekend long. You can get out of here playing 3 tons of sand. Also, Rally Alley, the first one ever. They've shut down the street behind the Time Warner Cable bleachers. You've got everything from food to drink, music, live entertainment, jugglers, musicians. Best part, it's all absolutely free. Log on to Indians.com and get your tickets. Get on out here and watch the Indians play the White Sox and enjoy Beach Weekend and Rally Alley. Guys.
All right, thanks, Katie. Alexei Ramirez leading off the 7th inning for Chicago. 0 for 2 with a walk. A couple of times he popped him up on the infield tonight.
But this guy, you look at that front foot, you talk about being right on the dish. You know, a very short stride, and he gets after it. It's tough to get one inside on him.
Rafael Perez loosening in the Indians bullpen. Carrasco closing in on 100 pitches tonight, and he's 3-0 to Alexei Ramirez. Scoreboard update brought to you by your Northern Ohio Ford dealers and the all-new 2012 Ford Focus. Ford, drive one. Alexi Ramirez, a 4-pitch walk. Fourth walk issued by Carrasco tonight. One of those was intentional, but that was after he'd fallen behind Pierzynski, and they just decided to put him on after that. So he's had his moments.
Yeah, but you don't want to put a guy on in front of this one. He's the one that got it started back in the 5th inning. A 1-out single.
Bounced foul. .100 pitches now for Carrasco, and he fires a strike as Konerko fouls it back. And the count is 1-2.
Diane Otto would like to send out a hello to her mom, Helen and Kathy, Karen and Betty at the Southern Hills Nursing Home. They watch every game and tuned in tonight. Just hoping Carrasco can get out of this inning. We're getting late into the ball game.
Yeah, I'm sure she'd like to see the Indians offense get rolling at some point here too. Swung on and missed. He strikes out Konerko for the 2nd time tonight. 1 down here in the 7th.
Well, he gets his 6th strikeout and comes back with another breaking ball off the plate and is able to get Konerko to chase it. So every strikeout that he has tonight has been on that breaking ball. That's how good it's been. Manny Acta coming out and making the pitching change, though.
Yeah, Carlos Carrasco's night is over. And he'll leave on the short end of a 3-0 score. The Indians call to the bullpen brought to you by Verizon 4G LTE. Rule the air on the most advanced 4G network in the world. Rafael Perez coming on when we come back. Sealy's Posturepedic mattress, made in Northeast Ohio. And by your Northern Ohio Hyundai dealers. It's time to join the Hyundai movement. (3-0) Chicago. Rafael Perez on for the 44th time this year. He's on to face the left-handed hitting Adam Dunn. Bullpen up and busy again. The right-hander Joe Smith getting loose. I don't know, Rick. You think he might be on for just this one hitter?
Yeah, could be. Absolutely. Although, I mean, with Quentin, I don't. You know, he could get him out, go after right-hander, or be careful with him because you have Brzezinski to follow.
Might depend on how he looks. If Manny, if he walks him and doesn't look real sharp, he might go right away to Joe Smith next. If he gets him quickly and looks good, he might just stay with him.
He may be looking for a double play ball right here. But when you look at a guy like Dunn, he's one of those swing and miss guys. You said it earlier. He doesn't mess around. He's into 7 double plays, but 124 punch outs.
A little bit outside, 1-0. Adam Dunn looks at a strike. It's 1-1.
You talk about having your struggles this year for Adam Dunn. He has 2 hits in 64 at-bats against left-handed pitchers. I mean, the righties, it hasn't been much either as far as average goes, but the left-handers, that's shocking.
Here's the 1-1. Bounce to first, but foul. Yeah, you know, you're talking about those numbers, and I thought it was interesting that Dunn has only hit into 7 double plays, but, you know, he's a fly ball guy. He's either hitting it high in the air somewhere or he doesn't hit it at all.
He swings it hard, and he swings through so many pitches. That's why he strikes out, or, you know, when he's on, he can be a 40 home run guy. Yeah, there's not many short swings, or he doesn't change his swing when he gets the 2 strikes. No. He's up there for one thing and one thing only, to hit the ball. It's like a softball player. I hit it out of the ballpark. I mean, this
swung
guy,
on and missed. He got him. And he looked pretty good, so Manny Actil is going to stay with him.
There's a high breaking ball, and he just swings underneath it. 86 miles per hour, breaking ball by Perez. He can't believe it. So the struggles continue against left-handers.
Carlos Quentin now 2 for 3 tonight. He hit the bomb. That is the difference in the game. The 3-run homer in the 5th. In the hole and a base hit. He's got his 3rd hit tonight. I told you before, when we see Carlos Quentin, he's either hitting everything in sight or he's hitting nothing at all. And tonight, he is on fire. Well, let's get a look at the AT&T trivia question tonight and reveal the answer. All right, we knew Bob Feller was a slam dunk. Bob Lemon, I thought early win, and then I'm out of guesses. Addie Joss.
And Stan Kovaleski, yeah.
Kovaleski was a star in that 1920 World Championship team. And of course, Addie Joss pitched way back in the early 1900s. It was a phenomenal pitcher from Toledo, Ohio. And a strike is called. Count 0-1. He died very young. In fact, it's kind of an interesting story if you ever get a chance to read about his life, his career. He died at such a young age that a lot of people say you can trace the origins of the All-Star game to his death because they held a charity game in which all the big-time players got together and held a game to raise money for his family.
No kidding.
And there's a great photo of that game and all the stars that are there. And at the very end of the photo, you see this guy in a Cleveland uniform, and you're like, who is that guy? He looks familiar, but it's Ty Cobb. On his way to the game, they lost his trunk, and he had to wear a Cleveland uniform in this charity game. Probably the only time you've ever seen Ty Cobb in anything other than a Tigers uniform.
Right. We couldn't keep him in it long enough, I guess, huh?
Yeah, maybe somebody lost that trunk by design. The 0-2 pitch. Boy, he just threw his bat at it and got a piece of that.
Yeah, he's another guy that will protect and try and do anything to just put it in play, especially off the left-hander. 2 outs. That ball way off the plate. Fouls it off, much like we saw Pierre in that 9-pitch at bat earlier against Carrasco.
Two on, 2 out. 0-2 count on Pierzynski. Here's the 0-2. Pierzynski rolls it to second. Jason Kipnis throws him out. So the White Sox leave multiple runners stranded for the 4th different inning in this game, but they still lead it 3-0. Time now for the less than 10 inches.
Well, his
So
pitch count at 76. He's in great shape.
The epitome of efficient here this evening. 15 out of 20 first pitch strikes, and he's got 10 ground ball outs.
That's it. He's been strike one to just about everybody.
And he's been able to throw multiple pitches for strikes, which is the name of the game. Keeps hitters off balance. They can't sit on any one thing. 1-1 Tigers lead the Twins 5-1 in Minnesota. They're in the 5th inning. As dribble with a one-hop smash to first, Konerko picks it nicely. 1 away. Our Miller tastes greatness moment on this date in 1994. Jim Thome went deep 3 different times against this Chicago White Sox team.
Scotty Sanderson. Change up, curveball. Take a bow, young man. He's still, what, 4 away from 600?
Yeah, last check anyway. $27,477. Our attendance here tonight is Travis Hafner. Rips a ground ball to second. 2 quick outs.
Well, the Tribe's award-winning fireworks show, that'll be Rockin' Blast, will return Friday, featuring twice the fireworks, twice the music, and twice the excitement. It's also Sugardale Dollar Dog Night. Create your memory starting at $8. Get your tickets at Indians.com. That'll be against the Royals July 29th and 30th. A week from tonight.
And Matt Laporta 0 for 2 looks at a strike. He has struck out and grounded out.
After this series, to mix up the Central Division, the Angels will sneak in here and play the 3 games, their only time in this year. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday.
Yeah, speaking of the Angels, they're 3 games in back at Texas in the AL West after Texas finally got cooled off by the Angels. But the Rangers have bounced back. They're up big in their game tonight. So are the Angels. They're beating Baltimore 6-1 in the 9th. Matt Laporta, he's out looking. And Gavin Floyd is slicing and dicing here this evening. Bottom third of the Chicago lineup to up here. Joe Smith on for the Tribe for the 40th time this year. Rios, Tien, Beckham for Chicago. Smitty has done a terrific job all season long.
Smitty has had a terrific year. Unfortunately, now it's just a matter you're trying to keep it a 3-0 ball game. The Indians haven't been able to get on the board. They only have 3 hits. But this guy has been dealing all year long. I mean, consistently pounding the strike zone, getting righties, getting lefties out. And I think the big thing for Joe this year has been he's been much more aggressive in the strike zone. Maybe that's trusting his stuff a little bit more than he did earlier in his career. All batters hitting 227. Left-handers 108. Right-handers 274. And it used to be the other way around. You know, righties would have a tough time on him and lefties would wear him out.
Yeah. Fouled back by Rios. And it's 2-1. Two balls, 2 strikes. Punched it toward right field. Austin Kearns makes the catch, 1 away. Our in-game box score brought to you by Hyundai. And Carlos Quentin 3 for 4, that big 3-run homer. That's the ball game right now. Don't forget the Northern Ohio Hyundai dealers have your Hyundai Assurance trade-in value guaranteed. Swung on and missed. Up high with the fastball. Omar Vizquel looking on here tonight. Tien waves at it, and it's 0-2. Boy, he took care of him in no time flat.
In quick hurry. 3 pitches. Gets the left-hander. First strikeout for Smitty.
Hey, just a few Grand Slam golfer packs left for the Indians Celebrity Golf Classic Thursday at Quail Hollow Country Club. You and 4 of your friends will play with a celebrity, enjoy breakfast, lunch, and a post-golf cocktail party. Visit Indians.com/golf or call 216-420-HITS and sign up now. Well, he jammed him big time, rolls it to short. And Cabrera throws him out. White Sox go 1-2-3. We go to the last half of the 8th, 3-0 Chicago. Chicago lead as we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. And the White Sox go to a defensive replacement at third base as Brent Morrell comes into the game. Lonnie Chisenhall, Austin Kearns, and Jason Kipnis due up here for the Tribe. Gavin Floyd, this will only be his 85th pitch of the night. He's thrown a lot of strikes. And a ground ball up the middle, a base hit. And the Indians get their leadoff man aboard for just the second time tonight.
Well, Lonnie comes up, gets a breaking ball. Didn't quite get it down in the zone where he wanted to, and Lonnie gets it right back up the middle. Only the 4th hit for the Indians, and Chisenhall has 2 of them. Last time they had their leadoff man aboard, the 4th inning, it was a Carrera single in the 4th, and he was able to get Brantley to ground into a double play. The very next hitter. So we'll see if Austin Kearns can maybe get this crowd back into it.
Swung on and missed. Austin Kearns, he got an infield single his last time up in the 5th inning. White Sox bullpen is getting busy. And this is where managers earn their money. Kearns with a line drive center field. Rios coming in, makes the catch. It hung up just enough for Rios to be able to come in and grab it, and that's out number 1. And I say that because, Rick, you got a pitcher who's dealing, he's throwing well. There's part of you as a manager that says, hey, I'm staying with him. He's my horse. He's carried us all the way. But in the back of your mind, that's what you have the bullpen for. Those guys make big money out there, too, and so you're trying to figure out when do you pull him, when do you stay with him.
Well, and he's watched. He knows how this guy's been in the past. He has all the numbers right there on the board that he needs to know. He's going to watch him. He's going to get a feel for him in this game. But this guy's been in no trouble whatsoever. And he's still in pretty good pitch count in this 8th inning. I would say he's no more than 90.
Got the left-hander Thornton up for all those lefties at the top part of the Indians order. The 0-1. Good eye by Kipnis, evens the count, a ball and a strike. And Matt Thornton, there you see the left-hander. Broke his bat, fouls at first base side.
Got to doctor up the new bat. His 3rd different bat tonight.
There you see Carlos Santana will pinch hit for Lou Marson. And should Jason Kipnis get his first major league hit, then the Indians would be able to bring the tying run to the plate here in the bottom of the 8th. Fights it off. The 1-2. Down in the dirt. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Now the 2-2. hit him.
Oh.
And Kipnis never moved a muscle.
Tell
He
you
says,
what.
I'll take one for the team. Tying run will get to the plate.
No doubt about it. That's exactly what it looked like. I mean, he was battling up there. He was swinging, and then you try and go inside on the kid, and he doesn't budge. Look at that. That's a cutter. So you just move that knee in a little bit, and he's going to take one off of it. He didn't move. He's on base. So that brings tying run to the plate in Carlos Santana.
So now the set by Floyd and the pitch to Santana. And he takes the first pitch strike. Carlos coming off the bench to pinch hit with 2 on and 1 out. Floyd, long pause in the 0-1. His chopped foul, and now Santana down on the count, 0-2. A little bit low, 1-2. Indians bullpen double barrel action firing away. Down and in, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Ozzie Guillen a little nervous over in that White Sox dugout. It's been an easy game for him to sit and watch all night up until right about now.
Yeah, it has been. He's got the tying run at the plate.
Slow breaking ball bounced to second. And Beckham's only play is at first to get the out, 2 down. And the Indians get 2 into scoring position. And Ezekiel Carrera will be coming to the plate, and let's see if Ozzie Guillen's already made up his mind or if he's going to make it up once he gets out to the center of the diamond. Usually the slow walk indicates he's made up his mind.
He's got the big boy up for a reason.
And he has just signaled to the bullpen. So Gavin Floyd goes 7 2/3 tonight. He will leave with the lead. He can win it. He cannot lose it. And he will exit as Matt Thornton enters. We'll be right back. Tribe down 3-0 here in the 8th. the bottom of the 8th inning. I want to remind you that every time the Indians homer this year, Rick and I are making a donation of $5 each to the Gathering Place, and Great Clips is donating $50 per homer. We've raised $5,400 so far this year. For more information, visit touchedbycancer.org. Great needs, great deeds, Great Clips. The Gathering Place does so much wonderful work in our community with 2 locations, one on the east side, one on the west side, helping individuals and their family members who have been touched by cancer. Now, Matt Thornton, he can be very, very tough on left-handers, so Manny Acta goes right to the bench for Orlando Cabrera.
Oh, good move. I mean, it's late in the game, you need a base hit and try and get on the board. We're down to 2 outs. Gavin Floyd pitched a whale of a ball game.
Orlando Cabrera with a fly ball, deep left center. Juan Pierre on the run, makes the catch and hangs on the warning track. Boy, he had the hammer down and legged it out to kill a potential big rally for the Tribe. And as we go to the 9th inning, Frank Herman coming on for the 22nd time this year. 1 win, no losses, ERA .426.
Santana remains in the game. He will go behind the dish for Lou Marson. And catch, Travis Buck goes into left field for Carrera. Brantley moves from left to center. And we will start the top half of the 9th inning.
Looking ahead to the bottom of the 9th, Michael Brantley is Drupal Cabrera, Travis Hafner for the Tribe. But right now it's up to Frank Herman to keep it 3-0. As Juan Pierre 0 for 3 takes a strike. Boy, he made a terrific running catch. He's no longer a young man, but Rick, he still has pretty good wheels. Oh, what a grab by Chisenhall. A liner that he snared. Looked like the ball might have already been by him, but he was able to reach out and grab it.
Right into his tracks when you're playing up, even or in front of the base with this guy, because Pierre can bunt. You see he is in front of the base, and then he's just going to try and slap one by you. And that's the benefits when you can bunt. You get defenses to play in, and sometimes you slap that ball by him, but he didn't that time.
Now Alexi Ramirez with a liner into center field. So a 1-out base hit will bring up Paul Konerko. Fastball strike at the knees, outside corner. Runner goes. Good jump, and I don't think Santana had a chance anyway. He couldn't come up with the ball to make a throw, but Ramirez really got a good jump. That's his 4th stolen base of the year.
Well, you're right. He's just sitting on his own, just sitting there thinking, I'm not going anywhere. And then all of a sudden he takes off. Would have been a tough throw for Santana anyway, no matter how you look at it.
High fastball. Konerko lays off. He struck out twice tonight against Carlos Carrasco. But the one time he singled, he came around to score on a 3-run homer by Carlos Quentin. Santana wants to go out for a chat. Hey, join Chuck Galletti tomorrow afternoon for a special edition of All Bets Are Off, live from the Rally Alley outside Progressive Field. Chuck will get you ready for the game while enjoying the beach weekend activities. All Bets Are Off live tomorrow outside Progressive Field at 4:30 right here on STO. They've got the Rally Alley out there right behind the scoreboard. All kinds of pregame activities and festivities going on to get everybody tuned up for the ball game. Here's the 2-1. 3 balls and a strike. Konerko tied up with a good 96-mile-an-hour fastball from Frank Herrmann. That's that good location, just a little bit up and in.
Yeah, location is the key. You're right. He was able to get it inside.
Out of play to the right, and a full count. Adam Dunn already with a couple of hits tonight and a run scored. Herrmann's payoff pitch. And fouled away by Paul Konerko. You said at the outset that this was a bigger series for Chicago than it was for Cleveland, and that's because the White Sox are chasing, and they can ill afford to fall much further behind.
Yeah, they're to the point where they have to win series against the teams they're playing in their own division, no question. Every team wants to do that because it's going to turn into a 4-team race.
Well, it certainly could. I'm not sure about Minnesota and what's going to happen with them. They're down 8-1. Looks like the Tigers are going to win that. They're still there. They're still lurking.
You just never count out a Minnesota or Ron Gardenhire team. And I think everybody in this division knows that.
Payoff pitch. Ball 4. 2 on, 1 out. Tony Sips up in the bullpen. Let's see what Manny Acta decides to do here with Adam Dunn coming to the dish. You got Dunn, then the right-handed hitting Quentin, and then the left-handed hitting Przinsky after that. He's going to send Tim Belcher out for a chat. There is Sip loosening. Pretty obvious, though. They're going to Stay with Frank Herman right here. Adam Dunn singled to right field in the 3rd inning. He singled to left in the 5th and came around to score on the homer by Quinton. All right, so we're ready to go as Adam Dunn climbs in. Was after that first pitch. You called it. He's been after early in every count.
Yeah, you just notice. Normally, when he's in his game plan, he takes a lot of the first pitches.
Well, is that a product of his struggles? Because coming in, 7 for his last 79.
Well, they're probably saying, "Hey, look, that best pitch you get may be the first one, so you be ready to swing at it if you like it." He's been around long enough. He's got a good enough eye at the plate. He can take it, but there's nothing wrong with swinging early in the count. Get your swing back at least. When they have a left-hander up in the bullpen, they don't even bring him in to face this guy who is 2 for 65 against left-handers. What's that tell you? That's why I thought Sip was up. If, Konerko reaches and here comes Dunn, I thought Sip would be in the game, so and he's not. So they're going to give him Dunn and Quinton. By that time, they would have scored, and they can't afford to let this game get out of control. They're already down 3.
Big spot here for Herman. The 1-2 pitch outside evens the count up. Texas continuing to tattoo Toronto tonight. They lead it 12-1 over the Blue Jays. Yankees lead Oakland 14-7. They've gone to the 7th inning in the Big Apple. Here's the 2-2. Just got a piece of that. The White Sox are a weird team in that for as many veteran players as they have, they've been a better road team than they have been at home this year. They're 500 on the road for the year, but lately they've been much better, going 9-5 in their last 14.
Well, that's what they were figuring. When the summer is so hot out there in U.S. Cellular Field, this guy may hit 50 home runs in that ballpark. Well, he has 9 on the year, and it just hasn't taken off.
That's driven pretty deep to right. Kearns is backpedaling and makes the grab. Ramirez tags at second and goes to third, but now there are 2 out. And that will bring up Carlos Quinton. One swing of his bat is the difference in this game. He hit a 3-run homer in the 5th inning. That's been the only scoring we've had.
That was the 3rd consecutive hit of the 5th inning, too, because Konerko got a single. Dunn came right back and singled to left, and then it was a 3-run bomb, and it was the first 3-run home run that Carlos Carrasco has given up this year.
Over the inside corner, a called strike. Nice breaking ball.
You're going to see a fastball that ran down and in right into his wheelhouse.
And home run number 20 on the year for Quinton. He has 60 ribbies for Chicago. Popped him up right at the dish. Santana, it's actually out towards the pitcher's mound, and a nice grab made there by Chisenhall. And the inning comes to a close, so last chance for the Indians coming up next, down 3. The 9th inning here at Progressive Field. And the White Sox will make another defensive move. In right field, Brent Lillibridge comes into the ball game. Matt Thornton stays on to start the bottom of the 9th. He has 3 saves on the year. Sergio Santos, the saves leader, with 18. But with the Indians, they have Michael Brantley, the switch hitting Cabrera, the left-handed hitting Hafner. And at least for the moment, Ozigian likes the matchup here with Matt Thornton on a first pitch strike to Brantley.
Well, you can see why with a 3-run lead. He's got Santos out there, and this guy is tough. Although,
slash fair down the left field line. It's past Morel. Brantley rounds first, but Pierre got over to it quickly and holds him to a leadoff single.
That's what you have to get started. That leadoff man aboard.
So now they need one more base runner to get that tying run to the plate as Drupal Cabrera 0 for 3 on the night steps in now.
And boy, that fastball, he stays inside. Hitters are actually hitting 100 points higher this year off Matt Thornton than they did last year, which is hard to do. It was 190 to 290 this year.
Cabrera has flied to center, flied to left, and grounded to first.
They had the opportunity last inning when they brought the tying run to the plate. And then Orlando Cabrera flew out deep to left center field.
He scorched it, gave it a ride.
Yes, he did.
And as Drupal lines it fouled on the right side, out of play. Cabrera has hit .320 at home on the year. And he's hit much better average-wise from the right side of the plate. But he's down on the count 0-2. Up high. The 1-2. Got him to chase. And that's the first out here in the bottom of the 9th. Stay tuned after the ball game for the Conrad's Tire Express and Total Car Care post-game show. We'll look back at this game, and we'll also look ahead to the Continuation series tomorrow night. Conrad's home of the lowest everyday tire price guarantee. Travis Hafner 0 for 3. Runner goes, and it's up high. No steal for Brantley. The White Sox just let him take off there, so at least they stay out of the potential for a double play. And a strike to even the count. If Hafner gets aboard, we'll certainly see Santos. We may see him anyway with the right-handed Matt Laporta on deck. Right back out of play, although when you look at the numbers, Matt Laporta's had more trouble with left-handed pitchers than he has right-handed pitchers.
Yes,
so
he has. But Santos is up and getting loose. He's ready.
Hafner down on the count, of ball and 2 strikes. Out of play to the left. So often is the case when a team rallies late in the game against the bullpen, it's because of wildness. But Matt Thornton has come in. He's thrown 11 pitches, and 9 of them have been strikes.
Well, yeah, I don't care if you have any lead, you hate to walk anybody or give them free passes. If they're going to get on, you're going to have to hit your way on. And he's been very aggressive, but he's always pitched like that. Usually a one pitch pony right there, but he's got a little cutter or a little slider, I see, but he used to come in and just throw the high fastball. And he was a terrific setup man. And there are times that, when they lost Bobby Jenks, they tried closing this guy in April, and it didn't work out. It's one of those things. I don't know if it was the mentality or what.
Hafner with a liner towards center. Rios closing hard, reaches out and makes the catch. 2 down. So that will bring up the right-handed hitting Matt Laporta, and Ozzie Guillen will go to his closer, Sergio Santos, the right-hander.
Well, Haf hit the ball hard, line drive, but right into the tracks of Alex Rios. He's going to come in and make the play. That'll be out number 2. And now it's time to go to his closer. Ozzie will go to the mound, take the ball, and bring in Santos.
So a timeout here at Progressive Field with 1 on and 2 down in the bottom of the 9th. 1-0 lead. Indians still have a chance. Runner at second, 2 down. Last of the ninth. Matt Laporta will be the batter. Sergio Santos will come on and try to finish it off for Chicago. I mentioned before he has 18 saves to lead their club. 18 out of 21, and he's been a swing and miss guy. He had a streak of 22 straight games with at least one strikeout come to an end just the other day in Kansas City. It was the longest streak by a Chicago pitcher, relief pitcher, since 1918.
Wow. Well, this guy has certainly paid dividends. He's been, what a great find, because he's the one that stepped up, took the closer's role, or the bull by the horns, and he has taken it, and he is the closer, and he's had a terrific year. They felt this guy was going to be something special. They were absolutely right. He has 18 saves in 38 games.
Laporta with a check swing roller foul up the first base side. In the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike. Michael Brantley at second base. Tying run in the on-deck circle. And Sergio Santos with a 1-1. And he drops that breaking ball in for a strike. Bonnie Chisenhall with 2 hits on the night would be next, but Laporta has to find a way to keep the game alive. And the 1-2. He swung and missed at a ball in the dirt. Brzezinski throws to first, and the game is over. Chicago wins the opener of this 3-game weekend series by a final score of 3-0. The winning pitcher is Gavin Floyd. He's 8-9 on the year. Santos picks up the save, and that's number 19 for him. Losing pitcher Carlos Carrasco, he drops to 8-8 on the year. With the win, the Indians are now 51-47, a game and a half back of front-running Detroit. The White Sox drop to 48. They're now 48-51, and they move a little bit closer to the Indians for the second-best record in the AL Central. Carlos Quentin's 3-run homer, the difference tonight. And our key play of the game is coming up right now. Thanks for making KeyBank the #1 bank in Northeast Ohio.
Well, one swing of the bat really did it all. That was all the offense in the ball game, and it was a 3-run homer. Carlos Quentin, that was a 3rd straight hit in that 5th inning. That was the first 3-run homer that Carlos Carrasco was given up this year, and that's all Chicago needed. They had great pitching by Floyd, Thornton, and then Santos for the last out. But that swing will be our KeyBank key play of the game.
So a disappointing start to the homestand for the Tribe. We'll come back and talk about it next on the Conrad's Tire Express and Total Car Care postgame show.